Welcome to your monthly reading, Aquarius. Interesting, the most powerful, I'd say the most powerful is that combination of the Chariot that's asking you to move quickly and that Tower moment. And we were talking about in the world readings, the Tower moment in Taurus. So it looks like it's going to be affecting you fully within your financial sort of status. A Tower moment doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It can be just clearing out the old stuff to make way for the new. Okay, you've got the King of Cups and you've got the Temperance. So in the first part of this month, as I was saying in that the instigation for the with the solar eclipse, patience is a virtue. And you should be patient. Yeah, this is amazing. The universe here is in the solar eclipse is telling you to sort of walk away from conflicts that don't actually sort of serve you, and then you get the Eight of Cups in the beginning part of that sort of thing. So as I was saying, it's in the solar eclipse reading. If you didn't see it, I was talking about sort of walking away from things and etc. That is linked in the description below. If you haven't seen that, I'd go and see that first, and then come back to this reading if I was you. So it's definitely the universe is really trying to get their message through. They're really trying to force it through here. And it could well be a walking away from a situation, an emotional situation in your life that is no longer serving you. And she's walking off from this cup here, but she's walking towards the sun. So she's walking to happier days. That's the thing. And so, it's a case of you can't carry everything. If you want to pick up stuff, you've got to put something down. That's what the situation is going on here. At the beginning of the month, it seems like, and this is what's coming through from the eclipse, it seems like it's all changed for you. On the physical side is obviously on the material sort of side, the business and etc. You've got the Chariot and the Tower. Now that's amazing, with the Temperance next to it. Really strong energy there, and with the King of Cups as well. Really on your karmic path, you've got to sit in your power. Really, you've really got to sit totally and be immersed in your power. But at the same time, the universe is asking you to take. With this solar eclipse, it's going to ask you to do it's going to make you ask you to do a bit of a hot skip and a jump to do something. And that is all to do with, the Five of Wands could be conflict. But actually, I think it's more a case of competition and good, healthy competition. And they're all reaching for the flame, the ultimate flame, and you've got that with the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands in that eclipse as well coming through. And I think it's all about that, going on a journey. So when competition starts, it is a bit of a journey sort of scenario, and it could be you reaching for your higher self, and in order to do that, you've got to leave your lower self behind. So let's have a look at the material side of here, the physical sort of side. Fortune coming your way. If you act upon this, Aquarius, if you act upon it, and you act upon it quickly, and you apply yourself quickly, and you stay stable and learn about how to use your emotions in order to make the benefit for not only for you but also for your family, your friends, the people around you, because that's what fortune is all about. Fortunate is actually because you've got luck with you in a way, rather than being rich. It's rather being fortunate, which is a different kettle of fish, really. So it seems like this month is going to, within the first week, after the initial shock of the first week, or the movement around you in the first week, then you're going to start seeing the Wheel of Fortune changing into your favour. And then you've got the King of Wands with the Ace, with the Page of the Page of Pentacles, which is starting to learn about how to sow your seeds for later harvest. So using what you have of your harvest in order to plant again, so then you got harvest again. So it's a case of learning that longer journey, knowing that some of that seed you've got to keep to one side in order to replant it. So as one crop is growing, yes, you're taking those seeds and you're eating it of last year's crop, but you should be conscious about keeping a certain part of your harvest for the future harvest, for next year's crop, as it were. And it's teaching about that long-term goals, that, richness is made in one generation. Fortune is made over several generations. And you could start building on this luck within you. And this is the change of fortune within you. So let's have a look on the emotional sort of side, what's going on here. So you've had the initial shock wave coming in from the universe is maybe giving you a little bit of strife in regards to connection with relationships around you. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to have heartache. It just may mean it's a complicated situation. But actually, I say that because you've got the Seven of Cups with it. And because you've got that Seven of Cups with it, as I said earlier on, when you put something down, then you can pick something else up. So you do have choices. And don't forget, if you stay true to yourself and true to your emotions, and you're patient about it, all of a sudden you'll realize in that Seven of Cups that there is no choice. There is only one evident path to follow. So I think it's going to be quite soothing for you. Yes, it could be very trying, the initial shock, but within the second week of May, you're certainly going to be feeling the idea that, okay, that was initial shock. That thing didn't, that caused a bit of a kerfuffle within my emotional life. But now I've got the opportunity to actually do other things. And then you've got the Seven of Pentacles after it. So 2 sevens there next to it. And that's sitting on top of the Nine of Swords. So it's saying to you, nurture that idea of pure happiness. And I'll get there in a minute. Nurturing that idea of your emotions. And if you do nurture that idea, you're going to be a lot less affected by this solar eclipse, which is coming in, which is affecting all this root stuff here on the base of you. Okay, so what's up in the top? Can you Adam and Eve it? That's rhyming slang in London. Can you believe it? Yeah, you got the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Wands. It's just follow your passion, and this comes up a lot for people these days at the moment. It's like being true to yourself and following your passions. This is what's going to be on the surface. So you're going to be ready, like that tower moment that I was talking about in the eclipse things. You've got to be ready to take it and be passionate about what you're doing and where you're going. Let's see what's going on, the overall energy. Look at that, the Hierophant above the Temperance card as well. And that's all about knowing your past lessons of what you've learned, and what you've learned really in a sort of temperance sort of scenario where you've been patient about where you're going. And when you're patient about where you're going, that's when you can observe and you can actually take in the information or learn a lot about yourself. And with the Hierophant on top of the Seven of Wands, it's like you've gone through the Six of Wands, you've got that victory, you've got that, you've got that kudos, you've done something you're really proud of, and obviously people are going to try and knock you off your perch, but because that comes from the lessons that you've learned, and that is that straight sort of path there, as it goes from the star to this very happy person at the bottom, all of a sudden you're going to be in a position where you're actually going to feel like by the second, third week, you're going to feel like I'm on top of this. So this is going to be a very progressive month for you, Aquarius. Let me just grab my my little travel pack, because I want to do those next 6 months between the two eclipses. It looks really good for you. Certainly on the financial and business front, it should be really good for you. It's looking very solid for you. So, but on the emotional front, could be trying. I have faith in you, Aquarius. You're a very humane sign. You do look and care about everybody. And it's just going to be, it's going to be sorting the chaff from the wheat by the looks of things. And if you nurture that side of you and your stable emotional state, you should be able to go through. So let's just see what the connecting is between these two eclipse sections going on. Got the Hierophant there, so that's the first month. That's straight off of you, which is straight in petal 6. Yeah. Followed by the Devil. So the Devil is not necessarily a nasty card at all. Capricorn card, and you have a lot of Capricorn going through your flower. Goes right through the center of your flower, actually. Comes around the Hierophant, which is quite funny. And it will shine the light on basically temptations, and do not be tempted by things in the material world in the second month, because it will lead you off your path. Don't forget about what you're doing and where you're going. If you're going to earn loads of money, yeah, fine, great, learn and earn, yeah. And when you earn that money, don't forget, why did you earn that money? If it was to build a house, then all very well and good, buy a house. But once the house is bought, you don't need to really buy another one. So therefore, you can use that money to greater good. And then by the third month, you're going to have choices to be made that you may not see all around you. And that's when we start coming crescendoing between the two eclipses. And the eclipse in Scorpio is definitely it's a finality thing. It's like things really do come to an end. So the King of Pentacles, it seems like the choices is actually quite good for you. If you realize that you don't get caught up in the mental side of it, and you trust yourself and trust your side, look at that. It looks really good for you. And mastery. And that is that last card there is the eclipse for in October in Scorpio season. So it looks like you're going to be going from the understanding of what your own personal knowledge, what you've done. Be careful of temptations. You're going to have to make a decision at some point. You may not be able to see everything, but at least look at the bigger plan. If you do, then all of a sudden, you, with that knowledge that comes through, you will make really good benefits and have some really good victories and feel completely at one with how mastery you're living your life. It looks really good for you, Aquarius. So there you go. I hope you did enjoy that reading. If you're new to this channel, there is links in the description below. We're also on Instagram. Please do subscribe and click that bell. It helps us loads. It's not going to cost you anything, but it does help us load with the algorithm. And it'll also help you because you'll be able to get more of these videos, which I know you love so well. Okay, so in the meantime, Aquarius, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.